Parker with it. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Witt, he's in at the 4 spot. Dragic is out there with Brown. Then it's Gortat, and it's Beasley in at the 3 spot.
I don't think it's possible to make a better pass than that, guys.
And he finished so well, Clark, too. Not too shabby on that jam.
Not bad at all.
And it takes perfect timing to pull off that alley-oop, but these two guys seem to have that synergy between each other.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burton. Doris, what do you have?
Hi, Kevin. Big Smooth in their last time out against the Timberwolves played just phenomenally. He had 37 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
Thanks, Doris, very much. I'm sure he's going to carry some of that great momentum, Clark, into tonight.
And that's the way it works, guys. A big game like that just carries over sometimes. We'll see.
Yeah, all of a sudden the rim looks big, everything seems to come easy, and your game just flows.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Splitters checked in for Duncan, and Steven Jackson subbed in for Anderson. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Jackson kicks to Parker. Over Dragic. Parker's shot is off. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
Well, it was a good win. Ball movement, offensive spacing, efficiency. They were just really solid at that end of the floor.
And when they got hot, they were impossible to cool down. That was the case throughout the game.
What I like about Ginobili is he's not just a scorer. He's one of the best passers in the league. And it's not something that he's always called upon to do in San Antonio. But in the flow of the offense, he can really pick you apart.
And it's the Suns with the ball. And Gortat kicks to Beasley. Kicks it to Brown. Clock at 6. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
They got the ball into that.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And stolen by Blaine. Tipped away. Here's Witt. Gets it to go. Big Smooth got 26 points.
And you can see the strategy has been to take the ball inside here.
That's where you get high percentage looks and draw fouls, Steve, and it's a good way to play.
And Steve, you know, you touched on Ginobili's passing last season. He was better than ever, averaging over 7 assists per 40 minutes.
That's point guard territory, Kevin. He's a terrific passer. And what it comes back to, I think, is he's really just a terrific all-around player. There are not many weaknesses or any weaknesses in his game, particularly offensively. You can get it done any way you want it.
And that one's good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Duncan. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Ginobili the pass to Leonard. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Suns. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And in that game, Kevin, they found a lot of ways to exploit that defense and then just took it to them.
Yeah, it was simple. Real simple. Nothing fancy there. Everything plain and well executed, Steve.
Pass to Blair. He feeds it to Jackson. Duncan with the screen for Jackson. With the lead pass. He got right to the cup using that screen. 8 points for Duncan.
Did you see the pick there? Got him wide open all the way to the rim.
Here's Witt. What an amazing buzzer beater.
Boy, how about that? You want to talk about cool? How about cool?
And as we finish.
2K Sports Magazine, the latest issue, is now available. On the cover, it's Big Smooth, a breakout talent, making his mark in the NBA.
One minute now into this fourth quarter, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And a quick look now at how San Antonio's schedule is shaping up. They host the Kings after this game. Spurs trail by 5. Parker and Manu Ginobili with their backcourt. The big men, Dwan Blair and Tim Duncan. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
It's been a great day for him from the field, but his team still trailing.
Here's Big Smooth. Leonard with the steal. And now Parker pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws.
A very encouraging start to Leonard's career, Kevin. He's a tough defender, an excellent rebounder, and his offensive game expanded pretty quickly his rookie season as well.
I expect his offense to continue growing, too. His huge hands help him in that regard, Steve. Great nose for the ball, high rate of steals, an expert at stripping it away. And he makes both free throws.
Well, you know, the Spurs have been thinking about what's beyond the Tim Duncan era in the future. But Duncan keeps on ticking. I mean, he just keeps playing at a very high level. And as long as he does that, San Antonio will be tough to beat. Tell you what, it has been all offense all game long.
You know what? This is really fun to watch, guys. I mean, as a coach, though, this is when you want to just harness this energy and bottle it up and ride it all the way.
Gortat with the steal. Fast break, here come the Suns. Witt. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Yeah, very opportunistic defense there, leading to those points.
That's exactly what they'll do to you, Steve. They will pounce on your mistakes.
And going back to Tim Duncan in San Antonio, Clark, even if he isn't putting up great numbers, he really does seem to drive the team just through his power and his will.
Well, there's something about presence, and that's really what a superstar player like Duncan can do for you, Kevin. Even if he plays into his 40s, I just can't imagine the Spurs not being competitive with him on their roster.
I agree.
Well, he did a nice job of getting himself into just enough of an open area to find that spot for his shot.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
They can't fault what he's been doing out there. Some really impressive shooting.
Spurs trail by 6. Ginobili attacking. Feeds it to Duncan. Shoots over Gortat. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Big Smooth. He's covered by Leonard. Can't get it to go. And the Spurs going the other way now. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
Remember, that last matchup went right down to the wire before they pulled it out. I thought the big difference was the contribution this team got from its bench.
Here's Big Smooth. Leonard with the steal. Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. Here's Blair. And it's rejected. Here's Dragic, covered by Parker. Witt. That's in, coming off in a... This from Dragic. Dragic has got his 5th assist in this one. A second ago, Steve made mention of a nail-biter these two teams played when they last saw each other play.
Yeah, and I agree with this, guys. What won them the game was their depth. They didn't have to rely on just a few guys. They got a little bit from a lot of players.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. With a deficit as we approach the final buzzer, he stayed upbeat, saying, listen, we can battle back, fellas. Just stay with me. I need all-out effort here, and we can bring it home. Fellas?
You got to look to move the ball inside more, I think. The 3 isn't there like it was in... first half, so you got to be able to show some balance in your offense. If the 3's not there, take what the defense gives you.
Parker with it. Picked up by Brown. Back to Ginobili. Beyond the arc. That doesn't go either by Ginobili.
Well, he's just launching from the three-point line right now because I don't like his shot selection at all.
Some changes here for the Spurs. Boris Diaw's checked in for Blair. And Steven Jackson subbed in for Tony Parker. Suns have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. And now we've got the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. Juwan Blair, who's checked in for the Spurs. Parker comes in for Boris Diaw.
Boy, solid. Those are important free throws, guys. Give them a little cushion for that lead.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one's good. Parker.
He is so good at working himself into the open spots on the floor inside that three-point line.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And he misses the first one. The Spurs making a switch here. Duncan's checked in. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. Leonard dishes to Parker. Shoots over Dragic. They get it back. Nails it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He will fight you down low, guys. Really battles in there. He comes up with a lot of second-chance buckets.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
That slams the door, guys. No chance they're getting back in the game after those free throws.
Ginobili outside. Shoots over Brown. Ginobili can't hit. Heaves it up. Off target.